she overhears two teenage girls, and they're talking about this boy that they like, and then this girl is texting this boy that they like, and they say that they have textual chemistry. Mavis overhears that and starts writing in textual chemistry for one of the characters to say in her book. So it's kind of cool how a young adult author, writes a book about teenagers in that genre. So you can see a little bit of Diablo Cody in this character too. I don't think there's 100% of Diablo Cody in that because she seems like a very nice person in real life. I foresee Charlize Theron probably getting an Oscar nomination for Best Actress. It would be a nice little nod if Patton Oswalt also gets nominated for Best Supporting Actor. But for Jason Reitman and Diablo Cody, I mean, they both had their share of nominations and wins, but I guess only time will tell if this movie earns anything else. But I have a strong feeling Charlize Theron will get nominated. So that's what I thought of Young Adult. It's now playing in theaters everywhere. I say see it because you might feel surprised.
Oh my God!
And now we come to my top 5. Last week I did a top 5 to my favorite treasure hunting films when we were reviewing The Adventures of Tintin. This week I couldn't really think of any kind of top 5 that coincides with Young Adult. So it's the end of the year, and I pretty much think that we have seen everything that's good and everything that is bad. So I want to recap on the top 5 worst movies of 2011. At number 5 is Drive Angry. I I mean, when I saw the teaser trailer for this, I just couldn't help but shake my head and like, Nicolas Cage, come on. Really? I mean, come on, you're better than this and you know it. And when I saw the movie, the 3D was nauseating to begin with, by the way. Even though they shot it in 3D, it was just nauseating. It was one of the worst 3D experiences I've ever had.
It's over, Milton. Stop the car.
I can't do that.
Really? What makes you think you have a choice?
Because you're obnoxious, first, and because I have something I gotta do.
Well, then you should have done it a long time ago.
I didn't have to do it a long time ago, did I?
Oh, Milton, I will kill that pretty little woman in the back seat to get to you.
You think you're Loki? Huh? You think you're Baron Samedi? I won't allow that.
Again, what makes you think you have a choice?
This does.
And Nicolas Cage, I mean, you know, he does have fun in these roles, and I'm happy for him, but when the audience is not having fun, that can be a problem. And the movie just becomes a sillier and stupider version of Ghost Rider because it's sort of dealing with the same thing. Guy comes back to life thanks to the devil and seeks vengeance and has superpowers of the supernatural kind. I mean, it's been done before, and he did it before. And now he's doing the sequel to Ghost Rider, which doesn't look even better as the first. It looks like Drive Angry. Okay, at number 4, this won't be the last Happy Madison movie on my list, but at number 4 is Bucky Larson.
How you doing, Bucky Larson?
What line of work are you in?
I'm here to be a movie star.
My last roommate came out here to be a rock star, then skipped town. Thanks a lot, John Mayer.
Oh, wait, no. I got the dough. I'm good for it.
Oh, God. I honestly don't understand what Adam Sandler is doing in his career. He had great potential in his early days as a silly, goofy comic, and then he took some serious roles. One of them is my absolute favorite, actually, Punch Drunk Love. Punch Drunk Love is my number 1 favorite Adam Sandler movie of all time. That is the best role he has ever done, and probably one of the best movies he's ever done. But Bucky Larson is a film that he executive produced, and I believe he had something to do with the screenplay. And it stars one of his Happy Madison folks, Nick Swartzen, who, I'll admit, he's a funny guy, but in this movie, he is so annoying. I can't stand looking at his face without thinking I want to beat him senselessly and ripping out those 2 buck teeth out of his mouth. It was annoying. It was painful to sit through. I can't believe people are actually laughing at this crap. And I can't think of anything else except that Happy Madison, all they want to do is continue making dumb, stupid fart joke movies like these. At number 3 is The Right. This was a horror film that starred Anthony Hopkins. It deals with the topic of exorcisms. This came out back in January. I was kind of excited to see this movie because we haven't seen Hopkins in a horror film since the Hannibal movies, Hannibal, and it would be kind of cool seeing him in this type of genre. And the story had some good ideas, and it was directed by Nicholas Hofstrom, who directed one of my favorite horror films, 1408. But it just was not executed correctly. A couple of the possessed scenes just became silly, and I just couldn't understand why it went so wrong when it could have been right. But I shouldn't have had much expectations for that movie because January is the month where they dump all the crap films, and I should have foreseen that coming, that this movie would have turned to be pretty crappy.
It is God who commands you your name! Your name! Give me your name!
Okay, at number 2, oh god, I was so close to putting this as my number 1 because I hated this movie. I hated it. But number 1 has its reasons, and I will get to that. Number 2 is Immortals.
Listen to me! Fight for honor! Fight for your children! Fight for your future! Fight for immortality!
Directed by Tarsem Singh, the director of The Cell. Oh god, words cannot describe my hatred to this film. It is not only it's a 300 ripoff, but it rips off every single type of mythological film and action movie you can possibly imagine. The gore effects aren't even that great. I mean, they go bloodier in this film, but it just becomes to the point of shaking your head and thinking, what were these guys thinking? No, what was Tarsem Singh thinking? I mean, I can see that Henry Cavill and Mickey Rourke were having fun in their roles, especially Mickey Rourke. You can see the joy in his eyes in this role. But my god, I'm getting nervous now because Henry Cavill is supposed to be playing the new Superman in Zack Snyder's Man of Steel, and after seeing this movie, I'm getting a little worried. He looks the part of Superman, but this movie is not giving me any good graces of hope for him to play Superman. The 3D in this movie, it was like a pop-out book. It was post-conversion 3D. It was, vague beyond belief. I don't even think there was any need for 3D except for the blood splatter sequences. The costume designs were atrocious and hard to look at, especially the costumes that the gods wear. I just started giggling and laughing. I couldn't help myself. People were telling me to shush, and there was so much of this movie that made me laugh unintentionally, and I think I heard a few people in the theater laughing too, but my god, what a terrible movie this was.
There's no escaping it when it's your sister.
How we doing?
Your twin sister.
Are you going bald?
Huh?
No, you're getting fatter, and your hair doesn't realize it needs to cover more face.
Okay.
From the producers of Just Go With It and Grown Ups.
Twin Jill are so alike.
We are nothing alike, I promise you.
I, Edward Cullen, take you, Bella Swan.
For better or for worse.
To love.
To cherish. As long as we both shall live.
This is going to be a first time on my top 5 list. It is a two-way tie on my number 1, and I'm sure some of you might have seen this coming. For those of you who know me, I'm sure you would have definitely seen this coming. But my number 1 tie is Jack and Jill and Twilight Saga Breaking Dawn Part 1. I've already yucked up about Happy Madison and the crap that they make, and Jack and Jill is just crap, crap, crap times 1,000 crap. It is just the crappiest piece of crap. I can't. And how the hell did they convince Al Pacino to play himself in this movie and falling in love with a cross-dressing Adam Sandler? What was he? Paycheck movie. That's all it was. It was a paycheck movie. He just, closed his eyes, sucked in his gut, and just said, okay, I'm going to do this.
Just think, Brooks. Let it just flow.
Okay. Can you do me a favor and not hold me like this?
All right, I'm just trying to show you.
I know.
All you got to do is make contact. That's all.
I feel like this is your game, and it's not my game. If you want to play my game, Hungry Hungry Hippo stop a day. Do you have that here? Or do you guys...
That's coming.
I'll have to confess something here. When I went to the screening for Jack and Jill, I only stayed for the first 45 minutes. I walked out. I couldn't take it. So I didn't do a review on Jack and Jill because I didn't see the whole movie. But I guess this could count as my first review on the movie, and it just... God. I just don't care about Adam Sandler anymore. I honestly don't. Don't give a crap about him anymore. Whatever movie he comes out next year, probably not going to go see it. I've given up on him. As for Twilight Breaking Dawn, Part 1, that's right, this is Part 1. There's going to be another one next November. Good thing, though, is it'll be the final movie in this long-winding bore of a series. I saw the first movie, and I walked out on that 30 minutes into it because I was convinced that I was supposed to be seeing a vampire film, which I guess I wasn't. I never saw New Moon. I did see Total Eclipse, mainly because I was interested in seeing what David Slade was going to bring to the series, because he is a very interesting director. He's directed one of my favorite independent films called Hard Candy with Ellen Page, and he did some satisfying justice with 30 Days of Night. So I kind of wanted to see if he was going to do anything dark and twisted with the Twilight series. And Eclipse, granted, it was an improvement, but nothing to do cartwheels over. And then we hear Bill Condon was going to be directing Breaking Dawn Part 1 and 2, the Oscar-winning director of Chicago. This had nothing for me.
So that's the last of it? Bella could deliver as early as tomorrow. If she's going to have any chance at all, she'll need more blood.
And you need to feed. You have to be at your strongest for her. We need to go tonight.
Carlisle, you're the enemy now. Sam won't hesitate. You will be slaughtered.
Emmett will come with us.
That won't be enough.
We have no choice, Jacob. If there's anything we can do to save him, we have to try.
You'd risk your lives for her?
Of course we would. Bella's a part of our family now.
This was just bad. I mean, when you want to talk about bad, this is just the definition of bad. Breaking Dawn Part 1 is the definition of bad. You look up the word bad in the dictionary. Twilight Saga, Breaking Dawn Part 1 is the definition. It is... Kristen Stewart, I mean, she can't act for crap. She has one emotional face, and that's it. It's just this monotone, flat, cold look, and it is just boring to look at. I can't stand looking at her. The male actors, Robert Pattinson, the werewolf guy with the big neck. These guys, I can't see where their careers are going to be going after these movies. I really can't, because whatever movie they've tried that's not Twilight has failed miserably. Look at Abduction. I was thinking of putting Abduction on this list, but I didn't see it, so that would have been cheating. But God, it was... I can't really say anything else about these two movies. They're both just atrocious, and I can't understand why they were made. You can read more of my reviews at thatmovieswelovesite.wordpress.com. You can follow me on Twitter at AAPROD, spelled DOUBLEAAPROD. Prod is short for Productions. Thank you for listening for another episode of Movie Phone Call, and see you at the movies.
You know what? Oh my God.
She's an old-time ambassador.
God, you are a piece of work.
Can I help you find something?
I'm going to a rock concert with an old flame.
Let's show him what he's been missing.
No, he's seen me recently. He knows. But his wife hasn't seen me in a while, so